Hello, it's Weekend Handicapper. In this video, we are going to provide picks and analysis for the 2020 Holy Bull Stakes at Gulfstream Park. A mile and a 16th, a field of 7, race 11. But before we do, if you hadn't already, hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you get all the latest tips, tools, and resources that help you win some money by betting on thoroughbred horse races. All right, so I always pay attention to Gulfstream Park, what's going on down there in South Florida when it comes to the Derby Trail. And this race, the Holy Bull, is a grade 3 that's on the road to the Kentucky Derby. Historically, it seems like some really good horses and Derby winners have come from racing down there at Gulfstream Park. So always pay attention, always look forward to this race every year because potentially we're seeing the Derby winner in this race. One thing, I'm not a meteorologist or weatherman, but it looks like the weather forecast is calling for rain, some storms, even possibly a tornado. Let's hope not. But when you handicap this race, you might want to factor in the track being an off track, which means muddy, sloppy. And you want to kind of be conscious of the horses that have raced on and off track before in their young careers, or their pedigree is saying that they will be okay on the off track or they won't be. So take that with a grain of salt. I'm not saying it's going to rain, but be prepared for it if it rains. When you do your handicapping, don't do it, turn on the television or your computer and be like, oh shoot, it's an off track and I ain't even prepared for it. Don't be like that. Do it well ahead of time. All right, let's go one by one in this field of 7. Mile and 16th on the dirt. I think this race comes down like a lot of races, if not all races. Can you beat the favorite? And we got a heavy favorite in here. And so the moral of the story, can you beat Tiz the Law? Or Tiz Law. Tiz Law, I have recently heard Tiz Law is Vegas's pick, or right now the favorite to win the Kentucky Derby. So if you want to go along with them or the smart money, then you can hop on board already this early to see if Tiz, you could say you had Tiz Law all the way. I think that's what this race comes down to, whether or not you are on the Tiz the Law train, all aboard, or you're going to try to play against it. And let's see what is the best way to go, and if there's any other contenders. So number 1 is Toledo, Chad Brown and Irad Ortiz. That's a good combination here recently. These past few years, my gosh, that's a great combo to have. 7-2 morning line, I'm worried about it getting bet down because I think this horse definitely is a contender. I think the rail is advantageous and the inside post positions are advantageous, and the early speed of this horse is a plus too. So it's one at Gulfstream. It has improving speed figures. Right off the bat, we have a legitimate contender, in my opinion, that's going to offer you more value than heavy favorite Tiz Law. Number 2, uncork the bottle. Yes, please. Hopefully I'll be uncorking the bottle after this race is over, if I am right. It's undefeated. It's won at Gulfstream Park. Impressively won at Gulfstream Park. It moves up in class though, which a lot of these horses are. I wouldn't be mad at you for betting this horse if you're a firm believer in track bias and those inside post positions. This horse is 12-1 morning line and it's undefeated. So there's no shame in keep betting an undefeated horse, especially at those odds, especially when its running style, its inside post positions are pluses, are positives. So it wouldn't be bad at you if you use number 2, uncork the bottle. either as a win bet or underneath as your exotics. Number 3, here we go. The 3 to 5, 3 to 5 morning line favorite, Tis the Law. Heavy favorite. Woo! You know, maybe this is a special horse. Maybe this is a Derby winner. But it's coming off a layoff. It's won 2 out of 3. It's came in 3rd in a sloppy track last time. At 3 to 5, I'm going to try to beat it. All right? If it's a great horse, look, Justify beat me all the time. You can check out the videos in the Triple Crown race. I was always trying to beat Justify, and I lost money every single time trying to beat Justify. Maybe I'll do that again. But maybe I'll be right when I try to beat Tis the Law. I would rather be right betting a horse had some decent odds and return me some money more than being right with a 3 to 5 shot heavy favorite that returned me some money. I don't want to be right. I want to make money. So a lot of times your opinion, what you bet, is different than what you think is going to happen, but that's the way to go. That's the bet to make, and you get compensated for it. That's how you want to constantly think when you're handicapping horse races, in my opinion. So number 3, Tis the Law. I'm not going to spend much more time on it. It's a heavy favorite. Probably should be the favorite. I don't know about 3 to 5 on a morning line. I'm going to try to beat it. Number 4, Ete Indian. Won at Gulfstream Park at 6 to 1 morning line. It's got good competitive speed figures. If it does rain, I don't know if this horse will like the mud at all, which scares me. But that's not the biggest factor. I'm not going to jump off this horse because of that thing. I'm still at that price. I'm going to at least consider it's 1, 2, or 3, but 2 have been on the turf. So that's another possible negative. Will it like the dirt? Will it like the distance? Will it like the sloppy track if it rains and it becomes sloppy? But if it's 6 to 1, I don't care. I'm willing to risk all those potential negatives in the hopes that it will prevail. So number 4, Ete Indian, is a contender for sure. And one that I think might be able to beat the heavy favorite. Number 5, Clear Destination, a big long shot, whose only hope is to get out front and still on the front end. It's raced on synthetics. It's raced on turf. There's a good reason for this one to be a long shot, so I'm going to look elsewhere. Number 6, Relentless Dancer. Jose Ortiz, another good jockey. He's got a 2-race winning streak. He's coming off a 3-month layoff, but it's never raced at Gulfstream Park or at the distance, but that's okay. You know, those aren't huge knocks on the horse. Hey, it could upset. It can upset this field. Could be. Number 7, Mayberry Deputy. Does that sound like a Derby winning horse's name? Mayberry Deputy. I think it's on the outside post position out, but it has an outside chance. If it has a speed bite, if this track is playing towards speed, it might have a chance. Moves up in class. It has won at Gulfstream Park, so if you love the name, if you're a big Barney Fife fan, then maybe put a couple bucks on it. But I don't. It's going to be tough for this horse to win in this field, I think. So how am I going to bet the 2020 Holy Bull Stakes? Well, I'm going to stick to the rail. I'm going to stick to the inside post positions, and I'm going to try to beat Tis the Law. And I'm going to try to do that with number 1, Toledo. That's the Irad Ortiz and Chad Brown combination. But it's a good horse. It's a good horse if it can get out there sort of near the lead, which I have complete confidence in that jockey. He knows what he's doing. And if it could get the distance, then I think that's going to be a logical contender that could win in this field. My other horse is number 4, Ete Indian. I think that's, if you're looking for a decent little price, that might be the way to go. Of course, Tis the Law, you could use in your exotics. But how I would play it is I'm going to put a nice win bet on number 1 and number 4. If you want to get more fancier than that, more exotic than that, maybe have 1 and 4 over the 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. I don't know what the payouts are going to be, but that might be all right. If you don't want Tiz the Law to beat you, you can use Tiz the Law up top and maybe put 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6 underneath. But those exact combinations might not pay much. So maybe 3, 4 would pay pretty good because that's logical, or 3, 2 would pay pretty good. That's logical. And it's logical, and it might pay something. 3, 1 probably won't pay much at all. So just kind of be smart. Know there's plenty of other races if you're playing exotics that might offer more value. But I'm going to keep it fairly simple. I'm going to try to beat Tiz Law, which is probably a risky move. But I'm going to try to beat it with number 1 Toledo and number 4 Ete Indian. I'm going to look underneath, see if I can get some value in the exactas, but probably not. I think the play would just try to beat Tiz the Law with some decent horses that are offering some values. I'm afraid number 1 Toledo is going to get bet down from 7 to 2. So it might not be that, value of a horse, but I think it has a heck of a chance. And I think number 4 has a heck of a chance too. And it's going to be offering some value. So I would love to hear who you like. Are you a Tiz the Law fan? Do you think Tiz the Law is going to win, or are you going elsewhere? If you are, either way, let me know in the comments below who you like in the 2020 Holy Bull. If you hadn't, hit that subscribe button, and good luck to you. And until next time, happy handicapping, smart wagering.